Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello, Pisces. So, welcome to your yearly reading for life, purpose, and career. I want to wish you all a happy 21. So, this reading, just keep an open mind. I'm going to be pulling a few cards out on your energy around your career path and work in 1 until 2. I always tell this in the beginning of these readings. Your career and your life purpose, you could be doing something, but it's a part of your life purpose, but you don't necessarily have to be getting paid for it, okay? And that's just as important um, as getting paid as well, right? So your life purpose could be a father or a mother, and sometimes that's going to show up in the cards. So it depends, every year is going to be different. So, yeah, just be open when you're seeing these cards. I'm going to be talking about a variety of areas in your life and not only career sometimes. So we'll see what comes up, okay? We'll take a look at your skills cards and also an abundance message for you moving forward. So let's take a look here what you guys have coming in. So I'm seeing for a lot of you, and sorry, it's blocking the title, but it's saying options, okay? Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So for some of you, I feel maybe I don't feel that you're confused because you don't know what to do or there's no options. I feel there's a lot of options for of you. Like maybe you're working on too many things in one time, and I feel for some of you, you're going to have to cater your energy to like one area or two to put your full attention. So it could be you're trying bits and pieces, I see for some. For others, I feel like you would be good in certain different career areas, but I feel you're coming to a point in your life now where you have to choose like which direction you need to take, okay? And it doesn't mean like I feel like for some of you that aren't choosing, I feel like you're thinking maybe you'll miss out on something else if you don't choose something and go with the other option. Um, but this doesn't have to be a career. It could even be between people, like relationships in your life. So I always say to people, it doesn't matter what choice you choose. There's always going to be blessings and challenges within each choice. Okay, so it's asking yourself, what do you feel like you need to experience during this time, like or this life, right? How do you want to be remembered? And it could be something big like that, or it could be something small, like maybe working on different projects. So, I would advise to you to maybe ask, like, make it fun. Ask yourself, okay, write down from 1 to 5. What are your top 5 dream careers, or maybe, people you're confused from in a relationship? I don't know. I hope it's not over 5. That's a lot. But anyway, um, so yeah, write them down and ask yourself, what will be the most priority right now? So pick from those top 5, or if you could be anything at all, pick which one brings you more passion and excitement and what you want to focus on most. And usually the first one you write down, I feel like is the one you are drawn to the most. It's just the first one that comes in your mind. And even looking in this reading, I feel like whatever you thought about right now, the first thing, that's probably the it answer for you, okay? Um, so that's what I feel these options are. And some of you might be leaving one career. I know with the pandemic, a lot of people got laid off from their jobs, and maybe they just decided they'd leave work. Maybe it was like a higher calling for them, the break that maybe they realize I'm not meant for this job or career and I want to do something else. And that's fine because 20 was a year of going into alignment. And now I feel like it's more of an action oriented year where 20 was a little bit more reflection. So now it's time for you to move forward with whatever you've thought about it. Okay, so it's coming time to choose. That's what I feel here. Let me see what else. So yeah, you're looking at your skills, and we all have transferable skills. Okay, whatever you were doing before, you could apply those skills in a totally different career path. Right? There's three types of skills in the world. There's people skills, there's data, and there's dealing with things. And there's a whole bunch of different jobs that break under those skills. And I know this because I've done career counseling before, so I'm familiar with this work too. Um, so, take a look at what transferable skills you have that you can apply to other jobs that you're interested in. Okay, so don't feel limited that, oh, well, I did this and this job, it doesn't exist anymore. I can't go back to that and I really don't know what to do. You have options, okay? So just expand your mind, ask people, talk to people around you and tell people what you're looking for. And you never know who can come in and help you. But I also see the scales here, which represent it could be a Libra person in your life that will make a significant difference. So I don't know if some of you are dealing with a Libra person, um, could be in relationships or just someone that will help balance you or maybe bring love in your life or give you some good advice. But for some of you, you could even be dealing in careers where it has to do with matters of justice or balancing something in some way. It could be social justice, okay, so bringing fairness to people and people who have experienced injustice. It could be even bringing harmony and justice, like not really justice, but balance into an environment or a piece of music, like just making it flow, bringing more harmony. Okay, so some people see justice and they think, oh, right away, justice, like serving the public. No, it could be bringing harmony or balance to even your environment or anything else that you feel you want to bring more beauty into the world. Wow, lots of messages with that card. So let's move on to the next one. I'm so curious to see what you guys have. Okay, and feel free, guys, if you get an idea, or maybe I didn't mention a specific career job and you feel like you learned something from all these cards I'm showing, put your comments right in the comments section below, and maybe someone looking at the reading they could learn or get inspired from you as well. So you have here heart's desires. So the angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. So yeah, I do feel I don't know if like water is significant to some of you because I feel there's like a lot of blue and flowy energy. I mean, you are a water sign, but I feel like you're really in deep with your emotions this year, and you're really trying to connect to what will bring you happiness. See this girl in the picture, she's looking at a sea of opportunities, and you feel like many of you have been like she's in this other body of water, but it's divided here, and I feel like maybe you're ready to walk away from that you've known all your life, and you're looking into the world and you're picturing more bigger things, like like just a vast world of experiences, right? I just feel you feel there's something more for you. So this is a card that's saying pay attention and follow your dreams. Like, get out from that was limiting you. Those similar waters that you've been like going in a circle with. Like just the same old, every day, and just that routine. Um, like I don't see it as a prisoner person, but I'm seeing like this girl. She's thinking, well, how can I get across to the other side? Like she's not even paying attention to there's water here under her feet. She could swim here, but she's looking over here. So I mean, I feel like you've tested out all the waters, meaning all the things around you in your life, the place you've lived, the people you've met. Like I feel like you've outgrown a lot of things and you just want a new experience. So that's what I feel you're looking at. You're looking at a world of possibilities. So this is a follow your heart's desires card. Think big. I feel like this is your year to really bring in what you're looking for, to manifest it. And I feel like you do have that in your mind. You've been doing the work and the manifesting, and I think you're just waiting right now to kind of see your ships coming in, right? So The angels know this. Whatever you've held dear in your heart, they know that, they're helping you make your dreams into a reality. So, and you do know you're an old soul, okay? You know that there's no other thing in the world that's important than following your heart. You're a heart sign, okay? So, I mean, the majority of you. And you do believe that whatever you do that's a calling to your heart, that's what's going to bring you prosperity and abundance. So I do feel a lot of you are connected with your soul. And whatever ideas you have moving forward, please follow them, okay? Because they're there for a reason. Okay, so don't feel bad like, oh, well, how am I going to get the money? And is this going to bring in prosperity for me? I feel like once you start it, you'll see step by step, you'll be led to something else, and there'll be synchronicity. You might meet certain people, someone's going to give a word of mouth for you. I just feel you'll connect the dots along the way. So practice, polish your skills by practicing regularly. So you will only become confident in what you're wanting to achieve if you're practicing daily. So for some of you, I could see that there's something that needs practicing, whatever it is that you're doing. It could be, physical training. It could be maybe practicing an instrument. So maybe some of you are interested to become musicians. I always say that I know with Pisces you have that gift for music. Some of you don't really use it. I mean, to make income sometimes. Some of you just love listening to music, but maybe some of you have picked up a certain hobby over the pandemic. So this is what I see here is you putting more energy towards that. Okay. So what else here? Yeah, practicing could be anything. Could be cooking, right? It could be building something. So it's saying by practicing, you're going to become more confident. And take the time to do that. Don't just let it go and be like, yeah, I'm going to practice one day. Set a schedule for yourself. Okay. So don't procrastinate on that. Tell yourself, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time devoted to this. You could just say, I'm going to come home from work. And, instead of just mindlessly browsing on social media, I'm going to spend 1 hour, half an hour in the day practicing the instrument, okay? or or maybe even an hour once a week. It really doesn't have to be a lot because then it adds up and you learn more as you go along. So that's the message coming here for you. Okay, so you have here, this is a beautiful card, by the way, infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So, isn't it interesting how it went right above the heart's desires card? Remember, I told you once you follow your heart, the prosperity will follow. And deep down, you guys know this, okay? Even though other people might be telling you something else, like friends or family saying, that's not logical, be realistic. Okay, yeah, sure, you have to put some practical steps to achieve your dream. And, don't get, I see that some of you might get really angry or being put down whenever someone like gives you some criticism or tries to give their 2 cents. So try to see too, like, it's not like you, right, that has an issue. It's usually people that give this kind of advice, they're going off the advice they've lived with themselves, and maybe they didn't follow their dream, and maybe they followed the advice that other people gave them, and then it becomes a whole cycle, right? The other thing you want to ask yourself is, truly happy people don't give you that much or negative criticism. Okay, so it's not you. It's feel sorry for them because you know unfortunately they didn't maybe listen to their intuition. Okay, so usually people, if you notice, that are happy, they're excited with what they do, they'll give you happy advice and motivational advice towards your dreams. They're not going to tell you what to do. They're going to try to understand what it is you like and help move you towards that. Okay? Even if it's like the most unrealistic career or job or whatever, you know, no one has the right to tell you you'll never make that happen or you'll never be that, right? Well, it's up to you to discover, but the only thing other people can do is to motivate you and to help support you to move towards it, to try and see for yourself, right? So don't pay attention to any negative Nancy's around you. That's what I feel here. But I do, honestly, I feel like there's a world, like a cornucopia, it represents prosperity. So I feel like the universe will assist you or support you in some way, especially like for those of you who maybe are struggling with even something simple like maybe you're not able to pay rent or like have like enough food in the week. Like universe will come in different ways to help you, like a neighbor bringing you a meal or someone inviting you over for dinner, like little ways there you could see the abundance and magic in your life. Okay, and it comes at just the right time for God, creator, the universe, to show you that they're there for you. Okay, so it wants you to believe. So another part that I see here with some of you is nutrition and diet. Okay, I feel like for some of you, be careful of any toxic habits that you've developed over because a lot of us were inside, with drinking too much or just over consuming food. I feel like Spirit here wants to tell you to go back and look at your health. And one, it's not anything bad, but I feel like you need to add more fruit or maybe vitamin C to your diet, okay? So you could feel more energetic and your vitality will increase. And that's going to make you feel better. And also, you'll hear messages from Spirit and your own guidance much clearly, okay? Because if you're over consuming on too much sugars, alcohols, too much sodium, you're eating junk food, it's going to cloud your mind and your vision, okay? So please be very mindful of this to pay attention to your body because healthy mind, healthy body, and vice versa. But not only that, okay, cut down anything excess sugar, alcohol. Be very mindful. Okay, I can't say that enough. So they just, I guess, wanted me to say that extra, especially you know who it is. For anyone listening, if you've struggled with this message is for you. Okay, some of you might be even helping others with nutrition or bringing more well-being into their lives. Okay, so this is a beautiful energy here, and a lot of you are very earthy. I feel like you have a gift with helping others get back to basics, the basic needs of life, and remembering who they are, their soul. Like, I don't know, we've just indulged with too much materialistic things, and you're the oldest sign in the zodiac. You see the world like through very pure eyes, and you're not judgmental, you're compassionate, and you're a very simple person, Pisces. Like, you know, people look up to you for your wisdom. There's something wise about you. So I feel like you could teach the world that, they don't need much to be happy as long as they're surrounded by people they love, just good food and just showing them how universe and the earth has plenty to give already, right? Um, so I just feel some of you are like earth angels out there that could really enlighten people and bring them back to the basic necessities of life and, you know, simple days or just simple living and happiness. Like some of you might even be thinking to live near nature on a farm or maybe just deal with agriculture. I could see a lot of people doing that, like leaving the city. Maybe you've been thinking of just getting in touch more with nature. Ooh, that's a nice one. Okay, but I'm honestly seeing this really abundant. Like, I don't know, some of you got to tell me what's going on. What are you thinking? Are you leaving? Where are you going? I'm jealous. Can I come? Okay, wow, these two fell out here. Yeah, okay. Sensitivity. So it's saying here, you're becoming, I just want to make sure, am I good on time? Yes, I am. Okay. Sometimes it pauses without me knowing. So I just want to make sure. So you have here sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So, yeah, this here, a lot of you, I could feel you're very intuitive already. You have that psychic ability. And I feel like you've been getting even more intuitive, especially for those of you getting some time to yourself. And that was a big awakening and self reflection year. We're coming out of that, but I feel like a lot of you realized a lot of things about yourself of, where you are now, where you were before, where you want to move forward. And Maybe some of you have been in a work environment where it just irritated you. You just felt everything was annoying you, or maybe you were just getting irritated very easily. This is a sign that your body is telling you you're not able to be around harsh environments or even people. So if you feel that your energy has changed in a certain environment, then your body is giving you signs that it's time to transition, it's time to go. Okay. People that turn out bitter in their life, it's because they didn't listen to their body's signs and they stayed in something because they felt that's what they were supposed to do logically and just stayed in their logic and then maybe listened to other people's advice. It was like it's a fear-based decision that what am I going to find? What else is there for me? What if I leave and I starve? And, the list goes on, right? Everyone's worried about the unknown and in death, what's going to come later. And, yeah, sure, that's like something to be afraid of. But at the same time, are you really doing good to yourself being in something that's toxic for you just because you're comfortable? So that's something that you've been thinking about a lot. And just overall, you're just be needing time alone to have your own space to really think about how you can move forward and who you want to be in the world. What kind of life do you want to live? What you've learned, in your past jobs, in your past relationships. You're looking at everything. I feel like some of you, if you are confused, especially because this is beside that, the options card, if you need more clarity and you feel like your mind is a little bit fuzzy, a clear quartz crystal would be great for you and to wear it maybe as a necklace or a ring or a bracelet, or maybe just get the stone. Just go into any of the new age shops, the metaphysical stores, and they usually sell them. So any crystal shop. But of course, pick something that you feel resonates to you. Usually, when you put the clear quartz beside any crystal or stone, it magnifies that stone's energy. So you don't have to get this stone, but if you need something to clear your heart chakra, right? And to open yourself up to love, for example. Usually the green stones are good for that. So you could get a clear quartz to magnify that energy a little bit more. But overall, the clear quartz is a very popular stone um, to increase your vitality and connection to spirit and also give you clarity. I'm seeing it with the dark stone here. That honestly, that's the first time I noticed that it's a little darker. It could be the jet or the hematite. I believe it's one of those. But see, that's usually a protection from negative energy. So I feel some of you would benefit, maybe even making a little pouch with salt rocks. You could put lemon essential oil on it and rub it together and keep it, like say a little prayer over your protection and healing energy. Keep it positive, for the well being for yourself and others. And keep it with you in the place that you feel has toxicity or around a certain person. You could always keep it in your pocket, okay? So wonderful energy, guys. Okay, so let's get into your skills cards. So let's see what skills you're able to use here. Okay, you have two artistic skills. Pisces is very artistic. And social, so giving care. So some of you want to get into a helping field or helping others in some way. So that's one of the skills you have. Like I mentioned before, there's transferable skills you can apply to any job. So giving care, you could apply giving care to pretty much any social job. It could be as a nurse, it could be as a teacher, showing students that you care about their path, right? What else? Giving care maybe to your environment, or uh, maybe as a real estate agent, maybe you're helping people find their dream house, right? And you care about what you do, you care about people's happiness. So do you see what I mean here? There's career paths you could go into where this is a big skill. So if you're the type of person you really care about the well-being of others, you want to see people succeed, there are tons of career paths where you could use this skill. And it's hard to find people like you out there because a lot of people there are for themselves, and a lot of people don't care about others, they just care about fulfilling their own needs. So, you could use this skill anywhere you feel passionate towards, whatever industry. Here you go. So, for those of you who have a gift in writing, okay, you're going to use this skill this year. It could be professionally in your career. Maybe you're thinking of writing a blog online. Maybe you're writing something on social media. You're standing up for a cause and you want to influence others. Maybe this is bringing care to somehow to the world and just making the world a better place. Maybe you're making your book, okay? Um, so don't be afraid of how you're going to start. I feel like Spirit is guiding you with this. Just start, and then you could go back to edit or do whatever. Some of you have like the poet inside of you. Maybe you want to write songs. Okay, so poetry. Maybe, yeah, you could even do. I've seen so many accounts now on Instagram where like poets, they'll put their poems like out there, and oh my God, some of them have become so famous. So, you have some, don't look at your competition either. You have something special. Somebody out there is looking for what you have to write, okay? Like, don't say stuff like, oh, well, somebody already did that. Well, there's so many people in the world. Like, yes, that person attracted certain people. You're going to attract another certain people, even if it's like similar work or an idea, right? So do the thing that you love, okay? Okay, seeing the big picture. So you're a visionary, you're a director, you have the ability to see the big picture. Okay, so maybe you're not too much in details, but you could make like a movie, of seeing like the storyline to a movie. You could see far into the future even and see what is to come, and that will help you plan your next steps forward. Okay, um, what else here? you know, you could see a room, an empty room, and see how you want to decorate it, right? You could find this skill in interior design and decoration. Okay, maybe you're the head of like a company and you need to bring creative ideas and brainstorming, or you're a manager, or you could even be an employee, whatever. But maybe you bring grand ideas. You know where the company needs help, and you could give them the idea and show them the bigger picture of things, right? Picture, big picture. So I feel like this could even be photography, right? You pass by somewhere, something inspires you, you take a photo, you show the world something people don't notice. All right. There's probably a lot more, but this is what I'm getting so far. But you have a vision, okay? All right, so I'm gonna pull for you a workplace card deck. So that's something I created. You could get it from Etsy page and also get a reading like this for yourself. So it's the life purpose and career reading. If you want a personal reading, it's on there. So it's in the About Me section below. So a lot of cards came out for you. It's just keywords around work. So here it is. Remember the cornucopia? It came out for you. You have it here again, abundance. So there will be, I feel, a flow of abundance coming in for you, whether it means meeting the perfect person of your dreams, whether it's having a windfall of money coming to you, whether it's just having like a bed every night to sleep in and good people around you. Honestly, abundance is not the same for everyone, neither is success. So ask yourself, how do you define your success? Other people might think you're not doing anything, but for you, it's everything. Okay, so what's abundance for you? Temporary. Yeah, maybe some of you are thinking to try certain things. I feel like that matches with this card. Um, and I feel like whatever you're going through right now may be temporary, especially for those of you who have been in low vibration and confused and not knowing what to do. I feel like this thing, it's temporary, the situation, and not everything's permanent. This too shall pass, okay? Um, and you'll find what it is that it rings true to you, okay? Just keep soul searching, do like focus on what you can control. But for some people, I feel maybe you're going to do some work to try here and there, some work that's temporary or temp jobs. So maybe you're looking for an agency where you don't want to commit to it full time or permanent, and you just want to try things out or just leave after a certain time. So there's tons of jobs out there where it's like 6 months or contract stuff, right? So maybe some of you, that's what you're going to do in the coming year. You also have teach. Okay, so whatever you've mastered up until now, whatever you've been doing as a job or career, I feel like you know it so well. Some of you have that ability to teach it. Maybe as a musician, maybe you're teaching music, or maybe um, you're teaching a class, or you're teaching coaching or something, you're training and development. Could be HR as well, all right? Yeah, and for some reason, a lot of you're gonna be getting new circles, new friends in the coming year. I feel like you've outgrown a lot of your old friendships. Maybe you feel they weren't supported enough, or maybe it's been a toxic cycle a little bit, and you're kind of wondering why you kept staying there. Like if they didn't see the best in you or support you in some way. So I feel like you're deserving of a new group, and I feel like you will attract your tribe. Okay, you will. And you're going to know because you're going to feel happiness and an upliftment or energy to do something for yourself after you come in contact with these people. You'll feel at peace. Okay. Yeah, meetings. So a lot of us, we've been on Zoom meetings forever now. But something in your work for some of you involves meetings. Okay. So, um, having a lot of meetings or talks like with clients, maybe over the internet. Um, but maybe you're going to have a special meeting with someone that's significant in your life. So that's interesting. Okay, and you also have growth. So remember, I told you some of you maybe are interested in agriculture or farming. I see this as a very herbal or, um, growing food type of card here, right? But it's also growth, like spiritual growth. I feel like you've been through a lot and you've become more wise from your experiences. So I feel like whatever you're going through now, it's still a part of your growth and becoming the person you're meant to be. So yeah, I do feel like growing food, like a physical growth, but I also feel spiritual growth for you as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, and you have envy. So yeah, this might be from other people, like maybe others will be jealous of something if they're seeing your success. Just understand that it's coming from a place of their own fear or lack or just fear of losing you. And somehow maybe you fulfilled a certain need for them all this time and they're just losing you, right? So, like, I feel like it could be from friends. I feel like there's envy in the workplace, but I've always learned in the workplace, like, I don't like the competitive atmosphere, that negative, especially if you're on the same team, like to outshow each other, like to show I'm better than you. When you see someone is envy or jealous or they're trying to take you down, I've always uplifted those people because honestly, people like that are usually very scared and insecure. And I took attention away from myself so that you don't give them a reason to pick on you, right? So that's just something I had to learn. But try it if you feel that you're getting a lot of toxicity or people coming like onto you because they're jealous or something, like one person or something. If this is you, like envious, right? Like you're looking at your competition all the time, you're looking at other people and you're like, oh god, they've done so much, they've traveled so much, they have so much money, they do this, they're married, they have kid, like all this like stuff of what you want and what defines again success for you. Somebody else that has it, this is a card that's saying, you know look up to them, like saying, okay, if they could do that, I can too. And to remember that it's not everybody has the same timing when it comes to success. Your success will come when the time is right for you, right? Obviously, if you're not there right now, there's something else that you have to learn. Or maybe Spirit has a better plan for you. Okay, doesn't mean you can't get it, but ask yourself deep down, is that what I really want? Because a lot of the times it's like we're good where we are. And, you know, we like to complain. That's just how what I notice the human condition. We like to complain a lot, but when it comes down to it, if we really had whatever that somebody else had, then we're like, oh, never mind. I don't really want it. So ask yourself, is it like from an ego or competitive perspective, or is it something you truly want, right? So yeah, like, instead of looking at it envious, try and see what you really like and ask questions, like get to know the person, see how they did it. Shift your energy. Ask yourself, why am I envious? What can I do right now to get to where I need to be? Okay, guys. So before I end the reading with an affirmation card, it's a nice little positive message to go with. I also have how you can attract more abundance in your life from the abundance angels. And the card that came out is do the work. Okay. So, how can you create more prosperity in your life? I'm just going to read this to you. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Yeah, so guys, this is about nurturing your dreams. It's about tending the garden. So it's like you could dream all you want about having like a beautiful rose in your garden, but if you don't plant the seed, and then if you don't water it and you don't nurture and come around it to see how it's doing, you're not going to have that rose in the end. But the seed does start with manifesting it and putting it in your brain. That's the first seed. But then you got to do the work like towards manifesting it into reality, right? So your guides here are saying, yeah, sure, you can make money off this thing, whatever it is that you're doing. And see, I'm seeing this person holding the guitar and then this person playing the instrument. So maybe it is like a dream you have for something artistic or creative, like dancing, singing, playing an instrument. I don't know. Like maybe you really want to move forward with that dream. So, you got to like schedule and be disciplined with your time to actually take the steps, like talk to someone in the business, practice to strengthen your skills, create a plan on the work that you want to perform or something, right? It could just be a project that you're thinking like, wow, that would be a great idea, but it's not going to happen unless you put the work. And it's saying you will get abundance from it, and I think you know this too. But what's stopping you from starting? Okay, a lot of us, not only do we feel failure, we fear success too, and where it's going to take us because we're so comfortable in the lives that we've been living. But doesn't necessarily mean it's good. It just, we're comfortable there. So yeah, it could change your life. But, are you ready for that new experience and that growth? So ask yourself that. Okay, so that's going to help you increase your abundance is doing the work. You got to do the work. Okay, it takes a lot of strength and perseverance, but I feel you could do it. All right, so this is your year, I feel. Okay, I look forward to a healthy old age because I take loving care of my body now. So that's your information card moving forward. This has to do with health and your body. I am constantly discovering new ways to improve health. Okay, guys, remember what I said, healthy mind, healthy body. I know some of you are like, ugh, like I could hear that. But honestly, you'll feel more clear and have more of a direction when you take care of your vessel. Your body is a very important part of your well being, okay? Um, spirituality and all that is great. Your hobbies are great, but I mean, you have to take care of your physical body, okay, because that makes you move forward in life. It carries you around to meet different people, to do different jobs. It's very important, okay? So don't get swayed. This is a time to be strong mentally and physically, okay? Don't give in to, especially with the closures, people got into more alcohol, they got into more drugs, they got depressed with everything shut down, nothing else to do, but you need to get out of that. You need to go walking outside your house, get some fresh air. So, you maybe some exercise is boring to you. You don't have to do something boring. Choose exercise that you resonate with. Like tell yourself, okay, every minutes when I wake up, I'm going to do stretching. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Some of you might require more adventurous or aggressive exercise like kickboxing. Kickboxing helps when you have a lot of anger stored. Maybe some of you just need more clarity, and maybe something like yoga or stretching would be good for you. I love swimming, right? Give you a little bit self disclosure there. I love walking and I love swimming. Sometimes a little bit of dance too. So I like a variety because I get bored. I get very bored easily as well. I'm a Libra. So yeah, I need a variety. I get really bored. Okay, guys, so you don't have to do something you don't like. Just try and fit in your schedule, take care of your health, drink more water, I always do this with fruit juices, even with those, even though they're fruit juices, they're healthy, but a lot of those things have sugar. So what I do is I fill it with water and then I put the flavor in from the juice. It lasts longer as well. Try it. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope that you really got some clarity from this reading. Feel free to comment, and I'm here if you ever have any questions or if you want a personal reading. Feel free to check out my Etsy page. And I wish you the best of the year. So have a good one. Bye bye.